So I've always wanted to be shredded, and about a year and a half ago, I finally realized the secret to getting any goal. So I hired a coach, really good coach, and I finally got all the tools I needed to get shredded. And he created workout plans and meal plans and checked on me all the time. It was like an online fitness. Cody Watkins, great guy, and it started to work like really fast. And pretty soon, I had dropped. The plan was to drop 30 pounds of fat, and then add muscle, and then drop a little fat. So it was like a cut, a gain, and a cut, and then I was going to be shredded. And I got so excited, I started adding in like extra things. Like I added in CrossFit, and I was playing tennis all the time, and I was going to the gym. So I was riding horses every day. So I was riding horses, playing tennis, doing CrossFit, and going to the gym, and dieting. And I think I did a little bit too much, because April of last year, I got injured. And I ruptured a disc in my back. I was like crippled. And I kept trying to like walk it off. And I remember when it happened, I crawled into the bathtub, and I got into an Epsom salt. I'm like, oh, this will fix it. And I was like crippled. I couldn't move. And I crawled into the car, but I couldn't sit down. I couldn't sleep, because if I laid down, it hurt too much. I had to be standing all the time. So I was just walking around, and I went to the chiropractor. I kept just thinking I had tweaked it, but I was like seriously injured. And I finally got an MRI, and I completely ruptured a disc, and I had surgery. And then guess what? Like 6 months, I couldn't work out. I put all the weight back on, and I think I just went too fast. I got too excited. I went too fast, and I got injured. And then pretty much back to worse than square one. And I've got another friend, and I start to see this same thing, who was just crushing his career, absolutely crushing his career. He finally got all the tools he needed to just crush his career. And he had 5 houses by the time he was 40, and he was working nonstop, got married, had 3 kids. And, his plan with his wife is like, hey, look, you take care of the kids. I'm going to work nonstop, like literally not even come home, just work, like nothing but work. And we're going to be out of the game like early and retire early. And he went too fast, and he got a divorce. And, he looks back, and we had long conversations, and same thing, like there's lots of reasons for it, but it can be summarized that he worked too much and got injured. And, kind of looking back, he's like, it was not worth it, right? Like, same thing with me. Like, I wish I had slowed down just a little bit, right? And same thing with him. And so now I'm sort of like, how fast, I'm starting to get healthy again. I'm starting to get back in the gym, and I'm like, how fast can I go before I break, before I get injured? And it's not just working out too. Step one, do I have the tools and the motivation and discipline to do it? I do. Which I was missing for a lot of my life. But step two, something I didn't even think about, because you just get so excited to have those tools and that motivation and discipline you never had before. And like, if you're just getting them, don't go so fast that you get injured.